She swallowed, wanting to say something, but the feeling of weightlessness hung over her. She felt as if she were floating above herself, watching the two people in the back of the SUV, being driven by a chauffeur who headed toward the big city, whose skyscrapers were already visible on the horizon. It was surreal. Certainly this woman who sat here, with a white prayer cap on her head, holding hands with a Cuban singing legend, was not her. Not Amanda Beiler. "I have left everything I know," she finally whispered.
"You have the future ahead of you,"
he replied, trying to reassure her.
"And there would be no future for you now at home. Not with the paparazzi following your every move."
She knew that he spoke wisely. She had known those words to be true. That was why she had finally sent the message to him. Her life was over in the Amish community. No one would ever believe that she had not been romantically involved with Alejandro. No man would want to court the most famous Amish woman in the world. And no community would welcome her to live among them, not with cameras gathering wherever she went. "What will happen now?" she asked.
"You will change,"
he said with a shrug of his shoulder, as though it was the most natural thing to do.
"And you will live."
She tossed back the covers of the bed and sat up. Looking around the strange surroundings, she caught her breath as she took in the opulence of the hotel room. The high ceilings with thick, ornate moldings painted in high-gloss white with gold layered in between the carvings. There was a brass chandelier hanging from the center of the ceiling with crystal beads dangling from each arm. When the sunlight hit them, rainbow colors danced around the room. It was beautiful and mesmerizing, unlike anything she had seen before. Dancing colors of red, purple, blue, and gold. Amanda was wearing her white nightgown, her hair hanging down to her waist. Her small suitcase was on top of a dresser where she had put it the previous night. It was open, and she could see where she had folded her dress and left it when she had changed. Her black shoes were on the floor beside the dresser, exactly where she had left them. Standing in the middle of the room, she turned around, inhaling the foreign ambiance. Once again, she felt that floating feeling, as if she were watching someone else's life. It was surreal, dreamlike, and certainly not happening to her. The room was magnificent, with a large vase of fresh flowers, mostly white roses and lilies, set upon a circular table near the door. There were white roses and lilies. She walked to the flowers and leaned over, breathing deeply. The sweet scent took her back to her parents' farm. She had always loved gardening, spending long spring mornings tending to the vegetables, but also to the flowers that Ma'am had planted around the porch. Amanda loved to prune back the roses and clip the thorns. Sometimes her mother had even let her keep one or two roses in her own room, always out of sight of visitors, since flower displays were prideful. Now she was surrounded by dozens of roses. "Indeed," she thought, "I will change." She hadn't expected that the paparazzi would be at the hotel in Philadelphia. She had thought they would still be back in Lidditz, so when they pulled up to the hotel, Amanda gasped and shied away from the window. She brushed against Alejandro as the people outside began to crowd around the SUV. Flashes went off as cameras were shoved close to the windows.
"Easy, princesa,"
he murmured.
"We shall get you inside and settled into a room. Then it will calm down."
"Calm down?"
"You can move about the hotel freely."
She blinked. Hotel, she thought. She had never stayed in a hotel. She was nervous. What if she got lost? What if people stared at her? What if... He put on his dark sunglasses and took a deep breath.
"You wait for the doorman to open the doors. They will escort us inside and away from the paparazzi. Don't say anything to those people, and if they touch you, don't respond. Let the doorman handle it. They deal with this a lot,"
he said. Touch me? The thought horrified her.
"To get your attention,"
he explained patiently. When the door to the vehicle opened, Alejandro stepped out and, after straightening his suit jacket, reached his hand down to help Amanda out of the car.